YouTube family. What's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. You shouldn't take it as fact. You shouldn't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I ask you to go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, as always, fam, I want to say welcome. Come on in, join the congregation by subscribing to the channel. I am pretty sure you are going to enjoy the content. And if you are an existing supporter of the channel, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. All right, look, let's get this episode rolling. So look, fam, I gotta admit I'm a little tired, a little jet lagged. Just got back into Cali yesterday morning. I was in southern Georgia, in Thomasville, to be more specific, for a regular Meetup 3. Now, before I go into the topic of this episode, I feel like I should give you guys who are maybe unfamiliar with a regular Meetup a little bit of background. So there is a gun YouTube channel called A Regular Gun Guy, and he does a variety of content. He does gun reviews, gear reviews, and the like, but is most famously known for his live shows. He streams live a few times a week, Sunday, Wednesdays, and Fridays usually, for a couple of hours. He's been doing that now for a few years, and he has built up quite a community through his channel. And I have tuned in to him over the years. He typically will have some co-hosts on the show, usually who have their own YouTube channels, and he'll bring a lot of GunTubers, new and established, to his channel to talk, and they talk about various topics in the 2A community. And as a result of that, 3 years ago, he did a meetup. So some of the people that, always talk in the chat and you see on the shows could actually get together and meet up and meet one another, right? I did not attend that one. I really wasn't aware of his channel at the time that the first one went on. But he had his second one last year, which I did attend, and his third one this year. And so usually the meetup contains three different components. It contains a meet and greet where everybody is kind of informal. Everybody just kind of comes together and hangs out, followed by a range day, followed by the GunTuber, the regular GunTube Awards. And this is an award show for content creators on YouTube and Instagram, to be acknowledged for their accomplishments, and there's a variety of categories. I was nominated last year for Best Gun Collection. I did not win. I lost that last year to Black Rambo. This year I was surprisingly nominated in several categories. Breakout GunTuber of the Year, Gun Reviewer of the Year, Gun Snob of the Year, and Best Gun Collection again. And so, look, I'm, very happy to announce that I won in 2 of the 4 categories that I was nominated. I was nominated for Best Gun Reviewer of the Year and won that. I was nominated for Best Gun Collection of the Year, and I won that. And so, over the moon, happy that, and these categories are voted on. What makes this special, it's voted on by the people. So subscribers and people who support the YouTube community write in for who the nominee should be, and then they ultimately vote. So really what it's saying is the people that you create content for appreciate you. So from that perspective, I was very grateful. But having attended ARM 3, and this kind of brings us into what the topic is about, having attended ARM 3 2 years in a row now. I feel like I'm in a unique, particularly since really the first on three was not organized and well put together from what I understand. It was more like, hey, let's just all get together and hang out kind of thing, where last year was very formal and this year even larger, even more so. So having attended, for the last 2 years, I feel like I'm in a unique position to really give an unvarnished view of what ARM 3 is and, kind of what it isn't. And so I thought I'd put this out because I think people should have a better understanding. Now, look, I'm somebody who makes content for a living. Everything, and when you're a content creator, you never miss out on an opportunity to create content. But I have found in years past that I have been so consumed, whether it's SHOT Show or whether it's a regular meetup or any of the numerous gun-related events that I attend year in and year out, I have found that it is sometimes to my detriment. That I'm so busy consumed with getting content for the people who watch my channel that I don't really get the opportunity to enjoy the experience myself. And going to a regular meetup this year, I made a specific choice. Now I'm going to bring you some footage and stuff like that. That'll be following this. So definitely stand by to check that out. But I made a conscious choice that I wasn't going to be about content. I was really, really, really going to focus in on the experience of going versus giving you footage all the time of the experience. And so there are a lot of moments that maybe I didn't capture on camera, but I figured I'd just tell you guys. And so, look, I can talk about the range day, and the range day was phenomenal. Like, you had people out there who come from all over the country. Obviously, I came to South Georgia from Los Angeles, California. We had people who drove 44 hours from Washington to be there. People who drove 10, 14 hours across the country to be there so they can bring their gun collections on display. You had great sponsors like Optics Planet and Mantis and Stealth Arms and Gun Food and on and on, and Phoenix Trinity, and on and on and on, Odin Armiii, or Armament. So you had great sponsors that were out there as well. The range in Thomasville was sick, crazy sick, and hundreds of people out there supporting the event, and it was phenomenally done. So I could talk a lot about the range day. I could talk about the award show, which was, off the chain, especially looking at where it started last year to where it was this year. I mean, professionally done. The stage show was crazy. You had a concert afterwards featuring Twista. The hosts were insane. The production this year was through the roof, another level. It really did feel like a real award ceremony. There was also a women's conference on Friday morning, so women who were at various skill levels, some who had never shot before, some who were experienced, got to go out, learn about firearm safety, talk about women's issues, and shoot. And so that was phenomenal. So look, all that is great, but I feel like if I spent time just showing footage of those things, then you would be missing out on what I think is the real strength of the event, and that is the people. You guys, when I look back, I told you guys I wanted to awards, and that's great. And some people might be like, was that your highlight? Was that the highlight of your weekend? And the answer to that would be no, it wasn't. It wasn't even close. It was the small things. It was sitting with that guy with guns, and chopping it up with him for a little bit. That sticks out in my mind while, he was passing out people's passes, giving Billy from My Five Family a ride to his job and to the range, and chopping it up with him for a few minutes, sitting down with Yoki Stirrup and D, and kind of getting some salient advice from them about what I can do to grow my channel, hanging out with my fraternity brother Coy and OG $2 at the award show, just laughing and clowning. All of these memories, are the things that really made this special for me. Hanging out with Roblox and the Ewings and the Jays. All of these people are people who subscribe to my channel, who are in the chat, who I communicate with on kind of a weekly basis, but some I hadn't met before, some I haven't seen for a year since the last regular meetup. And when we often talk about this event saying how it feels kind of like a family reunion, and it does feel that way. So look, fam, to me, it's all about the experience. Yes, you get to see incredible gun collections, and yes, you get to shoot incredible guns, and there's great sponsors there, and there's networking opportunities and all these different things. But at the end of the day, it's the feeling that you get from hanging around good, kind, generous people. And so, yeah, I had a blast, y'all. I had a blast. I turned up from the moment I got there until the time I left. And every time I leave, I don't want to go. I want it to last longer. But with all that said, you guys, if you guys didn't attend a regular meetup this year, make sure you go next year. Go subscribe to my guy, A Regular Gun Guy's channel. And make sure you're keeping up with the announcements. Tickets for this thing goes really, really fast. It's an incredible value. You get quite a bit for a reasonable amount of money, and they take that into consideration when establishing this. So look, go to his channel, subscribe, check out his lives. I promise you, you're going to enjoy them. They're very funny, very engaging. And yeah, make sure you're at a regular meetup next year, ARM 4. All right? I'll drop some footage here so you can check out a little bit of what it was like to be there.